of Bookmarked. If you're new here, I'm Sherry's Joy. I read a lot of books, and if you read a lot of books, this is the show for you. This week's episode is The Girls in Pine Brook by A.J. Rivers. This is book 1 of 6, and I came across this on Amazon Prime. I am a Prime member, and this was one of the books that I was able to get. This book is I say it's a mystery. It could be a psychological thriller. Oh, P.S. by the way, I'm recording this on the 4th of July, so if you hear fireworks in the background, I think the finale is going on. So, happy 4th! Okay, so this is considered a psychological thriller. I call it a mystery. It is about Riley Quinn and Logan. Riley Quinn is a detective. She's the detective of the series, and she has a partner, Zena, and they come across, some bodies in Pine Brook in the woods, right? It's this small, rural, woodsy town in California, and it's like one of those towns where everybody knows everybody. They have like a parade on the 4th of July, and they have like a strawberry festival in May. That type of thing. That's not in the book. I'm just saying it's like that type of town. Okay. The book starts off, there's this girl, right? It's a prologue, and she's running in the woods, and she's like looking back behind her and looking all around her, and she's stumbling, and she's in pain, and you can really see and feel the writing, because you're like with this character, and you don't know what is happening. She's just running for her life, and apparently it's very obvious, or it's obvious that she's been, bound and tied maybe, or, she's been held hostage for quite some time. So she's like, she escaped, and she's running for her life, and then she slips and she falls to her death. Okay, so that's the prologue, and then we meet Riley Quinn, who is a detective. I keep saying that, and she's the detective of the town, and she's investigating like this situation, this thing that happened, and she has a doctor. And then there's a local doctor. His name is Logan. He actually just moved to the area, and he takes over like the local clinic. That was a house, and then it's a clinic and everything. The other doctor retired or something like that, and he takes over, and he keeps the nurse that was there. He really likes her, and he's like the town hottie, hot doctor, right? I know a couple of those. And so everybody wants to see him. He wants to take care of this town. And so apparently like this town has like this heart issue, because they like to eat, it's known that they like to eat burgers and fries. So they just kind of like mention that. And Dr. Awesome, he's a single dad. He was married, and his wife has passed. So he's taking care of his daughter. His daughter's name is Danielle. We don't really know how old she is, but she's old enough to have a nanny, and her nanny's name is Bonnie. And they're living in this area, in this house, and they're trying to get acclimated to the area and the town and each other and this new way of life. And his brother comes. His name is Isaac. And, at first he's like, ugh, my brother, oh my goodness, he's like such a troublemaker, and we go through all these things all the time. And whenever he comes around, there's always trouble, or there's always like all these things that's going on. But, so he's like hesitant at first for his brother to be there, but then it ends up being a good thing that he's there. And then his wife's sister comes to visit, and she has a motive, right? She is there to kind of like prove that Logan is not a good dad, or that he can't take care of Danielle like he should. So she actually wants to take custody of Danielle, because she thinks that she can raise her the way that her mother wanted her to be raised, and she should be with a woman, and I'm her aunt, and I'm the only one that can take care of her, like she needs to be taken care of, and all this other stuff. So by the end of the book, she does petition for custody. And then meanwhile, we have like all these missing girls that are missing, and there's this investigation going on, and there's this crime and everything. So What I liked about the book is that it's definite page turner, right? It's a little short. It was like, I think maybe 250, 260 pages. Took me like 2 or 3 days to read it. It is very short. I love that it's like small towny. I love that it is a page turner, and I really like the characters. We're not really completely focused on Riley, and we're not really completely focused on Logan. We're kind of focused on the crime that's going on and the backstory of Logan that's going on and everything that's kind of like surrounding that, and it all kind of comes in. What I didn't like about the book is that it does end on a cliffhanger. It is a 6-part series. I am not quite sure what the rest of the books are about. I hadn't really looked into that. Will I read the next book? Absolutely. Will I talk about it here? You know it, so stay tuned for that. So that's what I least like, is that it did end on a cliffhanger. I do recommend this book. I do actually give it a 5. I gave it a 5 because it's a page turner. I'm engaged in these characters. I want to know more about the characters. I really want to know more about Riley's backstory. She's got some stuff going on with her. I want to know exactly what happened with like Logan and his wife and all of that. I definitely want to know what's going to happen to Logan and his daughter in this custody thing. I really like his brother. His brother's like a down-to-earth kind of guy and just really awesome. So if you've read this book, let me know in the comments what you thought about this book. If you've read any of the other books in the series, let me know what you think about that. And if you think I should read, if you think I'll like it or enjoy it, I know maybe you don't know me that much, but based off of this, if you think that that I would enjoy it, hit me up in the comments. Or even if you've read anything else by AJ Rivers, please let me know what you think, because I like her writing style. I do. So I'm very interested in other books that she's had. I do have a long list of books that I do want to read. So, before I get into like maybe some other series of hers, but I'm very, very interested in reading more from Miss Rivers. And I am interested in what you think. So please let me know. So with that being said, I rate this, I already said, I think a 5 is what I believe I already rated. Sorry, discombobulated here, 4th of July fireworks and everything. And yeah, so if you think that anybody could benefit from this video or any of my other videos, please check them out and pass on the message, right? Share the link, spread the love, like and subscribe. I truly appreciate all of your support, your comments. Let me know what you think. If you have anything else that you think I should read, please let me know. I absolutely love to read. I'm an avid reader. I read all the time. It relaxes me. It's my joy. It's my escape. It's my adventure. I absolutely love it. So if you have any suggestions, please hit me up in the comments. With that being said, I am Sherry's Joy. You can find me on Blue Sky at Sherry's Joy. You can find me on Instagram at BookMarkedSJ. And you can find the DigiKast on Facebook, Spotify, and Instagram as the DigiKast. And you can find the DigiKast right here on YouTube, the DigiKast. That being said, love the world.